So come a little closer. Let me whisper something in your ears. Girl, you make me wanna face my fears, and I know fit to use you play. She is my kind of woman. Beauty is so natural. She is the type that makes me want to love. She is my kind of woman. Her beauty is so natural. She is the type that makes me want to love. Want to love.
My lady always puts a smile up on my face, and her location is my happy place. Her energy lights up my space. It's a no-brainer. And at the end of a long day, she's my J. She takes me high, she's my elevator. When I'm feeling low, she's a motivator. She my Wakanda woman. No place I'd rather be than in her arms. This love is deeper than the ocean, and I'm drowning in your way. So come a little closer, baby, let me wipe away your tears. I can't believe that after all these years, they said we'll never make it, baby.
Never make it, baby. She is my kind of woman. Beauty is so natural. Type that makes me want to love. I wanna love you, baby. You're my kind of woman. Beauty is so natural. Type that makes me want to love. 'Cause I wanna love you, wanna love.
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Beauty is so natural. She is the type that makes me want to love. I wanna love you, yeah. You are my kind of woman. Her beauty is so natural. She is the type that makes me want to love.
This is Hi Radio. You're welcome to Hi Radio.
Kama si yuko ready. Nani alinidanganya eti mapenzi huwa simple? Nani alinidanganya penzi hainanga kilio? Nikadanganywa eti maua ndiyo suluhisho. Niongeze chokoleti bas, hizi vitu hufanyangwa hivo. But then I fell in love. Mambo ikakuwa complicated. Hinesabu, yes we're in love. Nimeingia mtihani bila kalamu, yeah. I'm not ready. Pressure mingi mina daddy. Oh, I'm going crazy, yeah. Juu sasa ninavalishwa kitenge. Tukifanana penzi ni ya milele. Nyoa rasta mzazi ya kupende. Hizi vitu kwangu ni crazy. Tusielewe vile kitenge itafanya penzi iwe milele. Na mbona rasta mzazi asipende. Hizi vitu kwangu ni crazy. Oh, ni kama si yuko ready. Square one 1+1 wacha ibaki 1. Msinifunze mimi nimeshalan. Napambana na hali yangu kama Saddam. Basi tusiwa mind, tusiwape sikio. Little baby will be fine. Tusiwaonyeshe kilio. For those who fall in love, mambo isikuwe complicated kama hesabu. When you're in love, usijipate mtihani bila kalamu, yeah. If you're not ready, pressure mingi usidedi. Please don't go crazy. Sasa ninavalishwa kitenge. Tukifanana penzi ni ya milele. Nyoa rasta mzazi ya kupende. Hizi vitu kwangu ni crazy. Tusielewe vile kitenge itafanya penzi iwe milele. Na mbona rasta mzazi asipende. alinidanganya eti mapenzi huwa simple. Ni nani alinidanganya penzi hainanga kilio.
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Got me feeling agitated, but for you I'll try be patient. Mapenzi, penzi, baby, siku zako waza daily, nahisi nazama mali. Eye to eye, me can't let go. I won't try to take control. I'm sure you already know we can make it official. Never be easy, boy, never be easy, boy. Never play you like a toy, play you like a toy. Just wanna enjoy the good times with you. Complication shit, obligation shit. This ain't a friendship, you need a sign. You could be mine. Complication shit, obligation shit. This ain't a friendship.
I shot you on back, boy, Tim's in the building, loading. The feeling is very, very mutual, baby. I just wanna see you, so my formula, baby. I just wanna feel you. Do me nicely, do me gently. Your country. Passa, passa, baby, wanna passa, ya. I wanna love you till I passa. You're really special to me, and I'm very welcome, cause I wanna be your nigga.
Obligation shit. This ain't a friendship, you need a sign. You could be mine. Complication shit, obligation shit. This ain't a friendship, you need a sign. You could be mine. Complication shit. Hold me down, make a ride for me, hold me down. Make a ride for me, go around me. Oh baby, make a come back.
Make you hold me down, make you rhyme for me, hold me down. Make you do me jeje, do me, as you can see. I don't go mind to come for me.
Obligation shit. This ain't a friendship, you need a sign. You could be mine. Complication shit. This ain't a friendship, you need a sign. You could be mine.
Bad boy,
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Well, Complication Ship playing right here on Hi Radio. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and you're tuned in to the Late Night Show. Good evening. Good evening to you. How have you been? How has your week been? My God, it's Farahi Day, the last day of April, bro. We are moving into March tomorrow. Into May tomorrow. And it's quite crazy, though, how this year has gone so quickly, man. I don't know if it's just me, but maybe you can drop a comment and let me know if this year has been moving quite as fast as it has been, for me. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. We have very interesting conversations to have, but first I need you to follow us on our social media. We are HiRadioNl across all social platforms, and of course, before I start my show, we're going to be answering some questions that I got in my DM. So today I don't have a spotlight per se, and maybe I don't have some fan facts, but I do have some interesting conversations to have. So I have some questions that I got in my DM that I'm going to be talking about after the break. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and also if you're listening from our Hi Radio app, which is available on iOS Play Store and the Google Play Store. I see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's all about good vibes. Today is Friday, bro. It's the weekend. Yani, the weekend is here. And if you've had a complication ship, as Tanasha Donna and Bad Boy Tim said it, that was the song that was just playing before I got on the mic, we can talk about that as well. Drop a comment on our Facebook page. We are HiRadioNl. You can also follow us on the rest of our social media platforms. We are HiRadioNl across all of them. So, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it, you will find us. HiRadioNl is the place to be.
He made it.
down. Movers, movers. Put your hands in the air, 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 air. Put your hands in the air, 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 air. Put your hands in the air, 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 air. Put your hands in the air, air. Yo Gonzela, Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Oh yo Gonzela, Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Oh yo Gonzela, Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Oh yo Gonzela, Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Ah yebo.
Na mangites wako wapize, wako na mangwetes wako wapize, wako warombo saji ndo kufika de. Put your hands in the air, hataka unafea, mina juo melemewa, hizi tricks ndo zimetepwa, mavibare tu kwa hewa, mangeos na wamebeba, hibash jo imeweza, mina crew tunajibamba, na kangeos mina dai namba, nikikawaida kanyoro shanga, na hiyo beat nimeimada, na hiyo beat nimeimada, si nimeimada.
Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Oh yo Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Oh yo Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Oh yo Gonzela, about that villa. Good dingy, yeah dingy, danger dingy. Ah yebo.
Mi namboge tuna come through, bash niliti washe bade ndo tubantu. Thanks ni wengi hapa ratio lonely times 2. Zaid na beba utadhani ni matatu. Hello, hey, what's your name? Bewa Remy na plus Jane. Waiter, hey, please keep change. Kama vibe ni right, please bump your head. Yebo.
Put your hands in the air, 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 air. Put your hands in the air, 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 air. Put your hands in the air, 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 air. Put your hands in the air, air.
Niku katika, leo niku katika. Leo ni fiesta, forever, leo niku pacha kwenda, leo tumekuja kuwateka. Vinemena ni akeja wamebeba, leta tele tavela tunawashanga. Washa hiyo kitu. Leo niku katika, leo niku party after party, leo niku chachisha. Piano, I know. Sasa hiyo piano.
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Come hapa kuna vela, kuto dingy, ya dingy, denda dingy. Ayo Gonzela, hapa tapata vela, kuto dingy, ya dingy, denda dingy. Karunu nikutesa kukompa, nikutesa na ama piano. Karunu kutesa kukompa, karunu nikukonamba, karunu nikutei nikupata kilala kitanda ni no hapa. Karunu nikutesa kukompa, karunu nikutei nikupata kilala kitanda ni no hapa. Karunu nikukonamba, karunu nikutei nikupata kilala kitanda ni no hapa. Karunu nikutesa kukompa, karunu nikutei nikupata kilala kitanda ni no hapa. Yeah, no hapa.
This is Hi Radio. You're welcome to Hi Radio.
Welcome back to the Late Night Show. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and I was bringing some piano vibes to you, man. It's Friday. It's Friday, and we have to like let loose a little bit, dance. And I hope that tune made you move a little bit, from where you are. Even if it's Kidogo going to get the wine or going to get the whiskey or going to get the water, that is also allowed as long as, you had some physical movement to that song. So that song is named Danger Dingy, and it is the Kenyan version of the Amapiano sound. So let me know what you also think about this in the comments. I would love to know. I would also like to know how your week has been, because mine has been great. I would say it's been an interesting week. We're at the end of April, and now, we're moving into May, we're moving into Mother's Day, and that is always a really difficult time for me, because also my mom, I lost my mom some time ago. So having this time, because she was also born in May. So she was born in May as well, and it's Mother's Day. So this is a pretty difficult month for me. But we push, we move and we move forward, and I will celebrate her as well, in my time during this month. But I want to know how you've been. I also want to know where you're listening in from. This is the Late Night Show. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and of course, you're listening to Hi Radio, the voice of the next generation. Now, when talking about today's topic, right? When I was doing, what I normally do, my thought process on what the topic was going to be, I stumbled upon this question, right? So I'm going to tell you the question, and not that I have the answer, but I'm going to talk about topics that relate to it, and hopefully by the end of the show, we will together identify the answer to this question. So I was listening to a podcast, and the person asked, when do people decide, when do people make risky sexual decisions? So when do you decide to make that risky sexual decision? I know some of you have been waiting for me to jump on this sex topic. I know some of you have been waiting, but I'm getting to it, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get into the sex bits. But now, today I want to know, when do people make the decision to, engage in risky sexual activities, right? Because there's some moments where you go, okay, I'm going not to use protection with this person, or I've decided not to use protection with this person. Why? And is this influenced by different behavior? That's what I want to know today. So with that being the center of my focus, I'm going to talk about sexual health today, right? So we're going to be talking about all those diseases that sometimes you don't want to talk about, or sometimes you don't know about, or maybe you've never had anyone explaining it to you. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about contraceptives and how to keep yourself safe during sex. And of course, we're going to talk about how to deal, if you have a sexually transmitted disease, how do you deal with it? Of course, I'll tell you to go to the doctor, because I am no health professional, but I'm going to tell you the steps in which to take, because sometimes I feel that some people may be a bit ashamed, or, you may feel that people will look at you differently when you go out and say that you, have this disease, or you got this disease somewhere. So we're going to be talking about that. I want you to know that this is a safe space, right? So if you've had any experiences with sexual diseases, or with contraception, maybe you can tell us what contraception you use and why, and why you decided on that, because I know that this conversation is not had very often, right? What contraceptive to use, and why should you use that contraceptive according to your needs and according to your wants from this contraceptive. So we're going to be talking about that. But I want you to keep the question, when do people make risky sexual decisions? That's what I want to know, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, when do I understand that people make risky decisions? Maybe it's after a night out, or, maybe I've seen this guy and I'm like, okay, this guy looks pretty decent, I'm going to sleep with him without protection. When do you make that decision? So that is for both male and female. Of course, we don't discriminate on this show. So it's both male and female. So if you have an answer or an idea, or, you're thinking about something, or there's a starting point to this debate that you can have, you can drop a comment and we'll go from there, right? And as I told you, I have some questions that we're going to go through that I got in my DM. But I'm going to play you a song first, because I feel like I need to hype you. Leonie Friday, bro. Today is Farahi Day.
Now do the beat jazzy. Another bang. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce.
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. When I wear it, you weigh 1,000 pounds. Girl, this night we dey go like 7 rounds. Baby girl, say you fine. Baby girl, say you fine. You want chop Chinese, and if you open up Pandora, I go give you everything what you need. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Booty. You so fine, I wanna lick you like a lolly. This one, yeah, she dey very, very soggy. I know go lie, they make my thing get solid. Booty. Your booty, they make my love all of a sudden. Baby girl, no go play me like Woody. Bakara go baby girl, you too sabi. When I wear it, you weigh 1,000 pounds. Girl, this night we dey go like 7 rounds. Baby girl, say you fine. Baby girl, say you fine. You are desire. Baby, now you are desire. Blessing, you go kill it, blessing. I beg you. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce. In love with your booty bounce. Girl, I'm in love with your booty bounce.
This is Hi Radio. You're welcome to Hi Radio.
Welcome back to the Late Night Show. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and of course you're tuned into Hi Radio, the voice of the next generation. Now, the song that was playing was Bounce by Rema. It's an absolute favorite. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I love it. It's part of my daily playlist, right? So I'm just always vibing with it and always going with it. Before I went on a break, of course, I left the question to you. So when do people make risky sexual decisions? So that's what I want to know today, or hopefully that's what I want to get to the bottom to today. Right? So this was a question that I had and I was passing by, and it got me thinking, right? Personally, if I've made any risky sexual decisions, at what point has that been and what has influenced that decision? So I want you to think as well. I want you to let me know, of course, if you're comfortable letting me know. I want to know, when has it been that you've made a risky sexual decision? You don't have to tell me what it is, but maybe you can tell me when it was and what influenced that decision, because I'm really trying to see something here, you know. I always never just want to put out my opinion. I just always want to collect opinions, and then I'm like, okay, I think this, but this other people also think this. What do you think, right? So I'm posing the question to you. When do people make risky sexual decisions? Is there anything that influences it? Is there anything that can point to that can contribute to this decision making? That's what I want to know. But before we get into that, of course, I'm going to be speaking about sexual health, how you can stay safe from STI, sexually transmitted diseases, and also contraception. So how you can also keep yourself safe from these diseases. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And of course, we are going to go back to when do people make risky sexual decisions. But I feel like I need to give you some context. So I need to lay a foundation before we have this conversation. So that's why I decided, to talk about sexual health and to talk about, how you can keep yourself safe and how you can also be open about speaking about sexual diseases, because they're things that happen, right? We all, at some point, maybe you catch something, or maybe you always go get tested and you always keep yourself safe. So I don't know what side of the spectrum you fall in, but these things happen, right? Sexual diseases are things that are there. You can't stay safe, but if you catch them, it's not the end of the world. You can talk to someone, you can go to the hospital, but I know that there's like some sort of stigma against it, and that's what I want to get rid of. I want to create a space where you guys can talk about things and where we can share advice and factual information to help each other out with these things, because love, sex, and relationships, these are things that no matter how old you are, you're always going through it. It's always something sexual, something to do with love or a relationship. So these are things that we need to keep talking about, right? And we need to create a space where everyone is comfortable speaking and everyone is comfortable talking, and they are assured to get good advice. With that being said, I have a few questions that I got in my DM. I'm one of those people, one of those people when they get on YouTube and they're like, oh, so some of you have been asking. That time it's only 2 people who have asked. So I have 2 questions, but I'm going to say that I have a few questions, right? Just to spice things up. So I'm gonna pose the first question to you. If you're listening, wherever you're listening from, you can also drop a comment and let me know what you think about this before I answer it. So I'm gonna say the question, maybe play 2 songs for you to think about it, then I'm gonna come back, give my opinion, and if you've dropped a comment, of course, I will read your comment and I'll give you a shout out from wherever you're listening in from, right? So question 1. So I got this DM from someone, and this is what it said, right? So this is the person speaking. I start now. So I love sex. I really love sex. Lol. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm all about learning new things. And the one thing that I feel that I struggle with is riding. So I love to be in control and I want to do it, but I haven't had sex in so long that I do not feel as if I'm flexible enough to do it. Could you give any stretching tips or general tips on how to ride? I want to take souls. Chale, she wants to snatch them. That's what she wants to do. She wants to snatch your soul. I will pose this question. Maybe I will read it again for those who are not listening. So the question is about getting on top, right? How do you do it? Are there any stretching tips that you can give or general tips on how to ride? So I know some of us have gone through these videos of how to properly get on top and do the thing. So this girl said, so I love sex. I really love it a lot. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, and I'm all about learning new things. And the one thing that I feel like I struggle with is riding. I love to be in control and want to do it, but I haven't had sex in so long that I do not know if I'm flexible enough to do it. So could you give me any stretching tips or just general tips on how to ride? I want to take souls. So that is the question that has been paused, right? She wants to snatch souls, so she needs some tips on riding. She needs some tips on riding the D. I want to know if you have any tips. Drop them in the comment. Let's have a conversation. Before I drop my answer, before I give my advice, right? I want to know what you think. We're live on Facebook. We are HiRadioNl across all social platforms. We're also on all other social medias. You can follow us, you can like us, and you can also slide in our DMs, as this girl did. Slide in at the DM. We're going to answer your question.
One Nairobi.
za kitandani sitakuchoma. Nimekuona your waistline nimesoma. Siri za kitandani sitakuchoma. Weka weave, kata maji, washa ndom huku Nairobi ni party. Pewa kiti ifikie wazazi. Toa form huku Nairobi ni party. Weka weave, kata maji, washa ndom huku Nairobi ni party. Pewa kiti ifikie wazazi. Toa form huku Nairobi ni party. Nimekam na kacheche story mob. Staki esembogi ndani teke tao mob. Kwa kibete haga basi tetemeke. Makarao pia wapewe. Chunga kafyu stelewe. Nimekuona your waistline nimesoma. Na siri za kitandani sitakuchoma. Nimekuona your waistline nimesoma. Siri za kitandani sitakuchoma. Weka weave, kata maji, washa ndom huku Nairobi ni party. Pewa kiti ifikie wazazi. Toa form huku Nairobi ni party. Weka weave, kata maji, washa ndom huku Nairobi ni party. Pewa kiti ifikie wazazi. Toa form huku Nairobi ni party. Weka weave, kata maji, washa ndom huku Nairobi ni party. Pewa kiti ifikie wazazi. Toa form huku Nairobi ni party.
This is High Radio. You're welcome to High Radio.
Rudi tena unipe maha. Litoka na ukunipa namba.
Mbikijini nitafuna. Mbikiji mekulwa na ndogi. Bila hurumani nitafunaga. Nikamwaga mate kama ndogi. Kenya chekeshayo. Kanitenga na kuteguayo. Kanipatia nichafue. Nilichokisikia tu ni mayowe.
Yeah, akinitekenya baby girl nikikamba silegeza. Na hiyo tata napenda ukichezesha. Wezesha, nacheza kimanager. Nikiteleza nazama kibazenga.
Chezesha msambwanda mama.
Chezesha mama.
Chezesha msambwanda mama. Chezesha msambwanda mama.
Chezesha mama.
Chezesha msambwanda mama. Kenya chekeshayo. Kanitenga na kuteguayo. Kanitekenya chekeshayo. Kanitenga na kuteguayo. Fanya tena ulivofanya jana. Nipe tena kama jana.
Sijui mina shida ama ni umeiva. Ona basi nani ugeuza kichwa ukipita. Na hiyo figa kwa picha. Unasumbua ngaraia wakiscroll pale Insta.
I guarantee speed number 3. Ukitaka nyongeze kama ya jeti. Come baby, come mami. Msambona imejaza kanga. Kweli we ni manyanga. Baby nitakupanda kama nganya. Hujui mi makanga. Chezesha msambona mama.
Chezesha mama.
Chezesha msambona mama. Chezesha msambona mama.
Chezesha mama.
Chezesha msambona mama. Kenya chekeshayo. Kanitenga na kuteguayo. Kanitekenya chekeshayo. Kanitenga na kuteguayo.
High Radio, your perfect choice.
Voice of the next generation.
Nipe tena kama jana. Nitekenya chekeshayo. Kanitenga na kuteguayo. Kanipatia nichafue. Nilichokisikia tu ni mayowe. Basi chezesha, chezesha, yeah, yeah.
chezesha msambwanda mama, chezesha mama, chezesha msambwanda mama, chezesha msambwanda mama, chezesha mama, chezesha msambwanda Kenya chekeshayo kanitega na kuteguayo Kenya chekeshayo kanitega na kuteguayo fanya tena ulivyofanya tena nipe tena kama jana
chezesha mama rungu imesimama
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
chezesha mama rungu imesimama.
The song is Willie Paul featuring Reckless, straight from the 254. Of course, playing right here on Hi Radio, the voice of the next generation. Now, before I went on a break, I was talking about a question that I got in my DM, about being in total control of getting on top, and riding, and taking souls. So I definitely understand the physical aspect of riding, right? How it requires stamina, energy, muscle control, and how empowering it can be. From being in control, managing the stroke, to taking souls, riding has benefits to the rider and the ridee. So if you're on the bottom, you also have some advantages. One great piece of advice, however, I would say is that I was once given some advice that was, the advice said that riding is a chance to practice confidence. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I was told this for some time ago, right? Riding is a chance to practice confidence. So if you embody the powerful erotic being within you, then it increases the likelihood of you creating a pleasurable sexual experience. So I'm going to name for you a few recommendations, of course, that will enhance your riding skills if you're listening and your experience. So flexibility. This is a thing that isn't just needed for acrobatic sex positions, but it allows you to have a stronger foundation to thrive in any and all positions. So if you're one of those people who just likes to stick to missionary, or you like to spice things up, flexibility goes a long way in doing that, right? So a great place to start is regaining or enhancing your flexibility in yoga. So yoga can really help you with your flexibility, opening up those hips, to be more comfortable being on top, opening up your pelvic area for more movement, to help you manage your breathing. And of course, you can get all this yoga videos to do at home on YouTube, or you can also try stretch. Stretching really opens it up. Another option to up your riding game is to work on your technique, right? So some people they're more about rocking back and forth, moving side to side, or grinding in a circular motion. So I feel like with this, it's all about things that suit to you, what are you comfortable with? Other people like riding back and forth, other people like moving side to side, others like grinding in a circular motion. So it all depends on what's comfortable for you. So I, however, recommend experimenting with the movement. As I've said, it depends on what you're comfortable with. It's about experimenting and discovering what you and your partner find pleasurable. So of course, with all sexual encounters, you have to communicate. You have to talk about what is pleasurable to the both of you, so that both of you are happy at the end of the day. So some people find that an easy way is the on the knees position. So when you get on your knees and you straddle your partner while kneeling, that position, as opposed to the squatting position. So in that position, you'll be able to have more control the ride by managing your movements, pace, and depth. Of course, and the depth of penetration. So you are in control. When you're on top, you're in control, right? So enhance your comfort while riding by adding pillows. You can add a pillow at his bottom, to bring him a little bit up. The more cushion under, the better you ride, right? So if you're looking to enhance your riding game, I would suggest that, you check out some videos, or you go to a workshop. One I would recommend is Goody Hardward's Rideology workshop. So this workshop teaches you positions and techniques to feel more comfortable while riding on top. and creating, of course, the pleasurable experience for you and your partner. Of course, you can leave a comment on our Facebook page. We're HiRadioNl, and I would totally love to hear from you. So yeah. So I also want you to remember something if you're listening, or if you also are struggling with this writing question as well. Sex is a marathon, not a race. So another way to prepare for this popular sex position is to increase your stamina. The higher your stamina, the longer you will ride. Right? So there are a variety of ways to increase your stamina. So from the traditional cardio to more leg-focused exercises like squats, frog stretches and lunges. Masturbating in a position similar to riding is also an option for enhancing your riding skills. So that could mean masturbating by riding a pillow, or squatting on a dildo, or any other type of insertable toy. So that increases your stamina by, switching positions during sex, trying to move through the traditional cowgirl, or being on top to reverse cowgirl, on top facing away from your partner, so to riding your partner while they sit in a chair. So moving through different positions will help you minimize the chance of getting cramps, and will also help you with your stamina, because you're trying out different things, practicing different things, and of course at the end of the day you will do it. And the last thing I need you to remember, and this is very, very important, ladies, please remember that when you're riding, you need to hydrate. Right? Because cramps are a big factor. Okay, so cramps will come and they'll take you off your high horse, So making sure you drink enough water and are well hydrated is very important to even better ensure that Charlie and their horse don't get a cramp on riding your style. So be sure to have some potassium before riding. Deep throat a banana, or just throw back a Flintstone vitamin, whatever is easier for you. There's so many pieces that play into pleasure ride, right? Remembering riding is all about the reins. If you have the control and the confidence, you will be the ride to remember. So enjoy the rides and snatch the souls, my sisters. I have given you some advice. If you're gonna do that, then that's what you need to do. So I'm gonna take a little break, then we're gonna go into the second question, then we're gonna go into the topic, right? I'm also gonna read some of your comments on Facebook, so please stay tuned for that.
This is High Radio. You're welcome to High Radio.
Welcome back to the Late Night Show. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and I'm coming to you live from Amsterdam. You're listening to High Radio, the voice of the next generation. Now, I've been talking about how to ride, right? I got a question in my DM, and I gave some advice on how to ride. And I'm going to now read some comments. So Jerry DeBoer has some emoji, some thinking face emoji. I hope you're going to take this advice next time, maybe to advise the woman that you're with on how to go about things, if she's unaware of it. John Royal says, you're spoiling me tonight. Of course, you know the vibes. This is the Late Night Show with me, so we are getting into the conversations. Mama Abena says, always looking pretty as heaven. Thank you so much. And Hits FM Amsterdam says, you are now live on Hits 99.5 FM. So if you're listening and you've got this frequency somewhere next to you, tune in to 99.5 Hits FM. We are live there as well. Remember, we are also live on Facebook and YouTube. And also we have some people listening in from our mobile app. So I see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, I can read your comments. So drop them on our Facebook page. Let me know what your thoughts are on the topic. Now I'm going to read the next question because I see that I don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to have to rush this a bit, right? So the next question is, one of my biggest barriers has been being afraid of intimacy and sex because of Christian religious beliefs. So I've dealt for years with celibacy, sexual repression, and singleness, fighting away every single sexual thought and desire. Do you have any tips for how I can begin to explore sex and relationships after years of religious sexual shame? That is a question. So I'm going to read it again. One of my biggest barriers has been being afraid of intimacy and sex because of Christian and religious beliefs. So I've dealt for years with celibacy, sexual repression, and singleness, fighting away every single sexual thought and desire. Do you have any tips for how I can begin to explore sex and relationships after years of religious sexual shame? This question hit home for me, because I know that a lot of people face this shame and face this stigma that sex is not something we can discuss. Sex is not something we can want, because of all our religious barriers. And of course, all our African culture as well. So I don't know if, when I read this question, I was like, whoa, like I completely resonate with this, because for a long time I was of the opinion that I could not discuss sex, or I could not, engage in sex because it was a sin. It was a sin, and the Lord didn't want. And of course, I know that people do have strong religious beliefs, and that's okay. But sex is something that's happening. So it's something that we need to talk about, no matter the age, because even these young kids are having it. So what I always say, I feel like it's better if they're sexually educated so that they can make the right decisions, instead of us pretending that it's not happening and therefore making them act in secret, right? So I'm all about, let's talk about it. And therefore they can have, safer sex, so they can make safer decisions. So I want to thank this person firstly for reaching out. This is such an important and unfortunately common question. So as I said, this resonates with a lot of us. We all know that there are some religious barriers that, hinder us from fully exploring our sexual capabilities, or fully exploring sex, or even talking about it. Because if you talk about it again, it's a sin. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think, or let me know what advice you would give to this person as well. For me, I would say that many of us find ourselves, confronting deep-rooted sexual shame as we explore and grow in our sexual journey. And, believing and building and loving, building a loving and healthy relationships with ourselves and others. Many of our stories include instances of our hands being slapped for exploring our bodies when we were younger, or being taught that abstinence was the best sexual choice instead of one sexual choice, being told that thinking about sex or doing sex or, engaging in the act is a sin, so you shouldn't do it, until marriage or until a certain time, or watching others being shamed, being judged for their sexual experience. So living in a sex negative culture means that sexual shame is normalized. So this is something that we live with. This is something that, happens on a regular, happens on a daily basis, and it's constantly being reinforced. So add to that growing up or identifying as a Christian, and it's almost impossible not to internalize sexual shame. This is a thing that is happening to a lot of us, and maybe, some of us are not able to speak about it, or some of us are still afraid to speak about it. Because, I know most Christian traditions treat us to value the soul over the body, right? So take care of your soul. The body will be left behind, but your soul will continue living on. So there are teachings that say, bodily desires lead to sin and away from spiritual growth. So this perspective, right, positions us to see our body as our enemy and forces us to view our sexual thoughts or our sexual desires or our curiosities, because everybody is curious. And please, you can't just lie to me that you're not. Right? And things that make us feel connected to our bodies as inherently wrong. So we think that when we think sexual thoughts, or, when we are horny, for example, in a Christian setting, that is a sin. And what's worse is that shame makes us feel like we are inherently wrong for having this natural desires, because these are things that everyone thinks about. It is a natural thing. It is how we were created. We want sex, we crave for sex, we enjoy sex. That is something that happens. So You may have experienced years of repeatedly hearing the message that sex is bad. And I know if you're listening to me and you've had this message, sex is bad, or that sex before marriage is bad, having sexual thoughts is bad, having sex with multiple people is bad, that having solo sex or masturbation or watching porn or expressing your sexual desires, having the same gender attraction, yani I can go on and on and on. Exploring your body is bad, bad, bad. Everything is bad. Do not think about it. Do not do it. Do not even imagine. Eventually, your brain and your body learn that everything erotic feels dangerous and or feels like a threat to you, right? And this can have some dire consequences. So we've had a lot of folks crying after masturbation or having anxiety attacks, during sex with a partner, denying their sexual orientation or gender identity, and struggling with sex for years, even after following all the rules and waiting until marriage, as the Bible says, to have sex. I have nothing against the Bible. I am a stout Christian as well. But it is important to remember that you're not alone in feeling this shame, right? If you're listening to me and this is something you resonate with, you're not alone. And that you're capable of moving through this. You're capable of moving forward. As you pursue and practice pleasure, you're rewiring your neural pathways, your brain and your body to no longer associate fear, danger, and shame with sex. So I found an ABCD strategy for unlearning sexual shame, and I'm going to say it to you, and, it is unlearning sexual shame and reclaiming your pleasure. So confronting sexual shame. So A, acknowledge the source of the message. B, be compassionate with yourself. C, challenge the message. D, develop pleasure practices. So when I say challenge the message, I'm basically asking you to critically analyze that message. Challenge it, and develop pleasure practices. So first, so I'm gonna break that down for you, right? So first is acknowledge the source of the message. So firstly, acknowledge the source of the message. When shameful messages are internalized, it can be normal for you to think, that these messages are from you. So you develop a pattern that you convince yourself that these things are from within. So you align it with your truth. And that's why I'm always of the opinion that there's no single truth, just multiple perspectives, because sometimes your truth is not necessarily the truth, but it is your own version of the truth. Because sometimes you can convince yourself, if you repeat something in your head multiple times, you find yourself believing it, right? So you condition yourself to believe that that's the truth, or that that's the perspective that you choose to see things. So you may find yourself struggling to figure out which beliefs are yours and which ones you've been taught. Do you not wear short shorts because you don't like the way they look, or because you were told that it was inappropriate to dress like that when you were younger? That you look like you are asking for trouble and is also considered unladylike or not manly, Do you not have casual sex because you don't want to, or because you've been told that people who have casual sex are easy, dirty, not relationship material, don't have their things figured out? All this truth. The hard truth is that you have judgments about someone else doing, wearing, saying the thing. You probably have shame and judgment about yourself doing, wearing, and saying the thing. So spending time to reflect, and write about your shame story. I have found great pleasure in journaling. It's really helped me. So it can help you too. So you can write down your shame story. It can help you identify shameful messages that may be informing your beliefs today. Write about the messages from your family, religious leaders, your friends, and hold about sexuality. Who or what gave you those shameful messages? I want to affirm for you that it is not your responsibility to carry around the sexual shame. So instead of placing the blame on yourself, place it where it belongs, on white supremacy, on your childhood pastor, on your caregiver. Acknowledging the source of the message, can help you identify which messages are ours and which messages we no longer want to carry. The second thing I said is be compassionate with yourself. Next and always, be compassionate with yourself. It is easy to blame ourselves for internalizing, believing, and perpetuating sexual shameful messages. As you confront your sexual shame, you may feel a deep sense of regret for the fact that you have denied yourself pleasure for years, or you may recognize that you have shamed others for being sexually free. But this is because you are uncomfortable expressing your sexuality in the way that you wanted, right? So sometimes you have, you're in this box where you can't really express yourself, right? So you choose to project it on others. So you blame, you judge, you do all these things to other people, but deep down, you're the problem, or the problem is with you. So you didn't know what you know now. You're now seeking information and resources to empower yourself to commit to no longer shaming yourself or others. It's also okay if you feel like you're not ready yet to let go of some internalized sexual negative messages. I'm not saying that one day you will wake up and be like, oh, sex is good. I mean, you've been growing and listening to this message. Sex is bad. Sex after marriage. Sex after this. You've been growing and listening to it. So it's not something that I can tell you will go away like this. It takes time. It takes effort. It's a journey. And it's also okay if you feel like you're not ready to let go. All those shameful messages will not be released overnight, as I said. Of course, some are harder to let go than others, but this is a journey. So allow yourself to practice compassion along the way. That's why I'm saying be compassionate with yourself. Right? Be compassionate with yourself. Challenge the message. That's what I said next, right? There are several ways you can do this. You can challenge the message with pure facts. For example, a common myth about masturbating is that you'll grow hair on your palms. Or I've had another one, that you will lose your sexual drive with other people because of your masturbation. I'm here to confirm to you, avid masturbators, I've not seen anyone grow their hair out of their palms from masturbating. Another powerful fact is that studies show that only 18% of people with a vulva orgasm from penetration alone. So we can't tell you the number of people who think there's something wrong with them because they can't orgasm during masturbation or perhaps during partnered sex. Learning about, yourself and the full power of your body's capacity for pleasure can help release some of this internal shame. So this is why comprehensive pleasure based on sex education, and that's why I keep stressing sex education, because it's such an important part of everyone's living, It's such an important part of everyone's living. As you continue to learn sex positive and accurate information, remember to practice self-compassion, as this process can mean that we have to unpack and let go of some things that we've held on to. As I've said, and I keep repeating, there's no single truth. Sometimes you've convinced yourself that this is the truth, but unfortunately it is not. It's okay. Let go. These are some of the things that you need to do, right? So that is the ABCD method for unlearning sexual shame. I hope this process helps you to reflect on the messages that you wanted to release and, develop practices to support you throughout your work. Right? I hope that you do get away from this and you're better. Enjoy sex, man. Sex is a beautiful thing.
Donana chibude. Are you liar? Oh yeah. Platinums. mpaka moni, nikipekenya pekenya nisiwahi nichelewe, kikuchumu mdomoni, tachi tachi kiunoni, natekenya tekenya na kufanya umewe.
Oh, you must be chocolate monster. Sorry, I contemplate on that. And baby, better write for me and show me that you're mine. Oh, I'ma go downtown for ya. For your king, put the crown on ya. And baby, take your time with me. Let's flow like river now.
Asa show me like kitu amekupa mama. Hebu chutama kama inazama. Nikupige chenga kwa dana tuwafunge kelele. Ay ay ay.
Yoni usiku mchana, jua kizama, tuanze kandana, kuonyeshe kila amenipa mama, tuwafungie kelele, wana wanao
wanaona kere, wanaona kere,
wanaona
kere, wanaona kere, wanaona kere, wanaona kere,
wanaona kere,
wanaona.
Don't you ever leave me solo or disappoint me with this basic hole. You make my mind go loco loco. Utawapa misemo wa noko noko. And you better tell them that you're mine. Better be my ride or die. Kabla ya kuwika jogo, asubuhi niamshe na kimoko.
Mama kasema mwali mwana, mepata ntulie Simba. Oh ntulie Simba, oh ntulie Simba. Zile chenga vidangadana, vicheche nchunie Simba. Oh nchunie Simba, oh nchunie. Asa bebe mbushomile kitu amekupa mama. Embuchutama kama inazama, nikupige chenga kwa dana tuwafunge kelele. Ay ay ay.
Yoni usiku mchana, jua kizama, tuanze kandana, kuonyeshe kila amenipa mama, tuwafunge kelele, wana wanao
wanaona kere, wanaona kere,
wanaona
kere, wanaona kere, wanaona kere,
when I do it together,
wanaona kere,
wanaona
kere, wanaona. Asa baby nikomeshe kati katika kati kati katika dona katika. Oh baby katika.
When you hold on to me, on the floor on my knees, moving side to side, baby. Oh, katika.
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Welcome back to Hi Radio. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and you're tuned in to the late night show on Hi Radio, the voice of the next generation. Now, if you just tuned in, we had a question to answer about sexual shame due to religious input, right? Sorry, the song I just played was Gere, that is Tanasha Donna featuring Diamond Platinum. So they did the song when they were together, but now they're co-parenting well. So kudos to them and a big congratulations to them as well. I'm gonna look at the Facebook. John Royal says, please tell the ladies to scream small, it makes it exciting. Some lay in bed like wood from IKEA. Oh Jehovah Lord, Chale, you want the girls to speak, you know. And I keep saying that this is important of sexual communication, right? So if you want her to do something, or if you want her to be comfortable enough to do such things, let her know. Mama Abena said, I think she should start by using vibrator so she gets to know her body. I absolutely agree with that. That is an absolutely fantastic method to understand your body, understand what you like, understand what you don't like, and understand, you know, how you want things done. Obapa Dufia says, honestly, I love your show, Kendy, but I can't understand what you're saying because you speak too fast to my understanding. I'm so sorry. You're actually the first and the only person who says that I speak quickly. I'm gonna try slow things down a little bit for you, right? I'm going to take it slow and relax. I don't know. I don't think that I speak fast, but maybe it's because I'm used to the way I speak. But I'm gonna slow things down for you. Don't you worry about that. Thank you so much for leaving a comment and let me know. So I am going to take it slow, take it easy. GH King says, watching your show with my girlfriend right now. We're just loving your show. Please talk a bit show for us. Why? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for your comments. Of course, you can keep leaving your comments on our Facebook page. We are High Radio, and you can also give us a follow, a like, and a share. And you can also slide into our DMs. We are High Radio across all social platforms. So I'm talking about Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and also YouTube. So subscribe. We have great content coming your way. So answering those questions actually took me longer than I expected to, because I intended to talk about, when do people make those risky sexual decisions? So if you've been listening to me, that's what my talk was about today. So I thought that I would get into sexual health first, just kind of understanding what sexual health is and how you can go about it. Of course, and then we would get into understanding how we can be safe, right? And also I had planned to talk about contraception, but I think we're going to have to do that next week. So I'm going to go through sexual health. But for the contraception, I think I'm going to push it on to next week. So I will make sure that I get an interesting topic to begin with, and then we can talk about contraception after. Right? So what does sexual health mean to you? And why is it something that is so important? I don't think that people talk about it enough, to be honest. But I think that it's something super important. And I think that it's something that people, of course, everywhere need to be aware of. So wherever you're sitting or wherever you're listening to this show from, you need to be aware about your sexual health. So when someone hears the term sexual health, right, they may think that it only refers to avoiding unplanned pregnancy or preventing STIs, sexually transmitted infections. While these areas, right, are components about sexual health is really an umbrella term. So what that means is that it covers a wide spectrum of areas. So there's a lot that is covered under the term sexual health, right? It encompasses many facets of a person's physical, emotional, and well-being surrounding sex and sexuality. So let's throw it back. On September 4th, 2012, the World Association of Sexual Health launched the World Sexual Health Day, right? This was, to bring awareness to these issues and to help people of all sexual orientations fully understand what it means to be a sexually healthy person. And wherever you're sitting now, I would like to ask, do you think that you're sexually healthy? Have you thought about your sexual health, or is this something that has, occurred in your mind, or is it something that you've thought about, or is it something that you're familiar with as well? Because if you are, you can drop a comment on our Facebook page. Once again, we are HiRadioNl across all social media platforms, and you can let me know what your thoughts are. So what are the characteristics of a sexually healthy person? So I've asked the question, do you think that you're sexually healthy? If the answer is I don't know, or the answer is no, or the answer is yes, but maybe, this is something for you. So this is something for you, right? So if you're talking about sexual health, you sit down there and you ask yourself, are you sexually healthy? Once again, if the answer is I don't know, the answer is maybe, or you personally, you don't sit down and identify with what I'm asking. Don't worry, just stay tuned. I will break it down for you in a way that you, in a way that resonates with you, or in a way that is familiar to you, right? So I will start with the definition. So the American Sexual Health Association defines someone who is sexually healthy as possessing the following characteristics, behavior, and belief system around sex and relationships. So this is a person that understands that sexuality is a natural part of someone's life and involves more than just sexual behavior. So what this means is that your sexuality is much more than your sex drive. So part of understanding your sexuality is taking control of your sexual health. So this may include, but not limited to, regularly getting tested for STIs. When was the last time you got tested for STIs? When was the last time you even got tested for HIV, for example? These are things that you need to do often, not just for your sake, but also for your partner's sake, right? And being on top of your reproductive health system. So this is also someone that recognizes that everyone has sexual rights. What this means is that everyone has different preferences. So that includes who they like, what they enjoy during sex, and what they choose to do with their bodies. And it is important for us to respect each other's preferences. You know, even if they're different from your own, or even if they're different from your own understanding, I think it is important for us to completely respect each other's sexual rights. Thirdly, they make safe, reliable efforts to prevent unintended pregnancies or STIs. So what does this mean? So when you choose to be sexually active, you also choose to take on the responsibility of potentially becoming pregnant or spreading or receiving STIs. So with that being said, taking care of your physical health, using contraceptive that I wanted to, get into, and maintaining good hygiene is necessary for the safety of both you and your partner. Another thing, someone who is sexually healthy is someone who is willing to utilize their sexual health resources. So what this means is being armed with the necessary information, on how to best take ownership of your sexual health will lead you to being more sexually healthy overall. And in general, resources on topics like consent, sexuality, sexual positivity exist to help individuals become more sexual positive. So you become more sex positive the more you read, the more you understand, the more you do research, you become better. Another thing is that a person who is sexually healthy can experience sexual pleasure, satisfaction, and intimacy when they desire. So the key word here I want you to take away is desire. So someone who's sexually healthy not only knows that they're allowed to experience the sexual pleasure, but also feels comfortable creating barriers and boundaries. So not wanting to have sex is okay too. Consent is sexy. Consent is needed. When I say no, it means no. So we're going to take a little break and then we're going to come back and wrap up. Boutros will be on the East African Spotlight Show tomorrow.
Let me say those ones. Boutique of fresh, walking in hate, presidential, calculate, Biana ass, coin freak say, Minko Maji, calculate, boutique of fresh, yeah, walking hate, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, coin freak say, yeah, Minko Maji, yeah, calculate, yeah, Minigo green, yeah, villain smell like terere, Basana deck, unchuja kwa club, jumweka, Swiss kwa kerenget, anavesheki pekele, butina baki like, yeah, Biana deck, unchola la moreni boy, so butina lele left, wanna jidati shori ni peng, na menki cheki nyongongo, jo, unasemo ya mgorio, bazu kwa bell, lakini unashinda tu nyongo, losa, roba peleka na sponsor man, minda kutupa kwa local, jo, unatringe makali ya kisonko, jo, warembo napenda konyaki man, hata nikwe mimsoto ho, uwezi nipata na chura man, mwisho wa mwezi kila mtu stage, mboka imengia kwa pori man, shanika ukipiga void, masleo unusa mshahara kingia, but mwisho wa mwezi kila mtu star, lazima ni empty mapori man, butuko fresh, yeah, walking hate go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, Kanye freaks, yeah, Minko Maji, yeah, calculate, yeah, butuko fresh, yeah, walking hate go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, Kanye freaks, yeah, Minko Maji, yeah, calculate, yeah. Ati wanjira ko single, min ko single pair. Kana dekto panty, mbona na interfere. Unajua musali banangi bush na barali kate ya maji. Ka unajua story, mbona na bitch my dear. Ati wanjira ko naked, buti na interfere. Deki unajua ni nono, mbona na doubt my dad.
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
Mini ko mea my dear. Manga kin tough tamba. Yeah, Butuko fresh, yeah. Walking hit, go, yeah. Presidential, yeah. Kauko lise, yeah. Biana ass, yeah. Kaini flixe, yeah. Minko maji, yeah. Kauko lise, yeah. Butuko fresh, yeah. Walking hit, go, yeah. Presidential, yeah. Kauko lise, yeah. Biana ass, yeah. Kaini flixe, yeah. Minko maji, yeah. Kauko lise, yeah.
This is High Radio. You're welcome to High Radio.
Hapo. Yeah. Hapo tu. Uhuru Gardens tuko jaba, wengine wako miti. Zetu ni majaman, zenu pikipiki. Leo tunaenda kanan, beba zigi mingi. Hakuna mamadam, beba sidi mingi. Ni mimi hapo back left, paparazzi wanaifanya ngumu kufanya usherati. Nakumbuka kabla nifuge manati, nilikuwa na wakunywa na ile koloni ya Versace. Squeeze backseat, ilikuwa love seat. Smooth na manual unafikiria ni automatic. Tint kwa window muadhara ndo hatutaki. Hapa perfection tunaifanya bila practice. Mbele naona success, nafunga hat-trick. Mindo the chef kwa hicho itisha hapik. Tangu tuingie kwa hii mchezo sindo heartbeat. Nairobi City tunairan kama athlete. Dance tusijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu.
Iseti hapo, ni kuhandle. Alafu kam tutoweloka kia mlango. Ni kuingize ndani ya box kama balo. Julo siwezi kubali kula tu kwa macho. Ambia Biniman mepata kuinua dancehall. After leo utarudisha with salo. After leo na wacha armies na mavalo. Haukai kutisha fiona kakukua na passport. Kitu kaini rea ichimbe ndo wipate. Mina nyash kwa hewa ni kama jet ya private. Vutia wateja ni kama wekwa magnet. Itatachwa teja hadi waikane.
Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu. Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu.
High Radio, your perfect choice.
Kendo inabisha isi 9mm. Tint kwa dirisha usini mind nikipita. Geuze ni vichwa injili imefika. Na white tunaficha nka tunafilisika. Kendo inabisha isi 9. Tint kwa dirisha usini mind. Geuze ni vichwa injili imefika. Na white tunaficha nka tunafilisika. Just tusijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu.
High Radio, your perfect choice. This is High Radio. You're welcome to High Radio.
Kwa yule wa before DRX Records. Staki kurudia zamani, nilikupenda sana. Ila kunionwa dhamani au kunionwa maana. Staki kubonga mau, kurushia lawama. Ila roho yangu naijua nilikupenda sana. Ulipokosa nisamee, ulipokosa nkusamee, na maisha yaendelee. Ulipokosa nisamee, ulipokosa nkusamee, na maisha yaendelee. Rafiki zangu wanaulizia, ndugu zangu wanaulizia, yule wa zamani. Haya mama anaulizia, majirani wanaulizia, yule wa zamani. You never took your time to know me, time to know me. nikosea, hata nikuone ukiwa naye mina waombea. Natamani siku zile hisia zangu zinanikosea, hata nikuone ukiwa naye mina waombea. Atajagwa na ulizia,
Hi Radio, your perfect choice.
yule wa zamani. Vingi Flavor anaulizia, Tadayana anaulizia, yule wa zamani. Wanna let you know, no, no. Wanna let you know, never let you go, go, go. Never let you go. Wanna let you know, no, no. Wanna let you know, never let you go, go, go. Never let you go. Chibudangote anaulizia, Willy Paul anaulizia, yule wa zamani. Kioko anaulizia, Manager Wiz anaulizia, yule wa zamani. Teddy B anaulizia, Sylvester anaulizia, kwenye beat anaulizia, yule wa zamani. Jalama anaulizia, DJ Mo anaulizia, na mafans wanaulizia, yule wa zamani.
This is Hi Radio. You're welcome to Hi Radio.
Ni nani atawajibia? Mama Mueni anaulizia.
This is Hi Radio.
Welcome back to the Late Night Show. My name is Sylvia Kendy, and of course, you're tuned into Hi Radio, the voice of the next generation. Now, as you guys know, if you've been listening or, you've been hearing my topic for today, I've been having a fantastic time. But now, the men want to come inside and have a say. So I got this one question, of course, that I decided not to answer because of this I knew it. I had a feeling when I came in that they would come and scatter the area. So Gary and Slim, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Oh my goodness, Candy.
What do you do?
Abena Fearless will always say Miss Candy.
Yes.
I don't know why she's always adding Miss Abba names on your name. Miss
Please don't start problems, though.
No,
please.
I don't know why she's adding Miss to your name. You have to put my microphone on. Right, your mic is on.
It's on.
Your mic is on.
It's not on. It's not on.
It's on. It's on.
I was off.
I was off.
Gary, I know that you're a
true.
host for a show, but this is my show now.
Yeah,
okay, so I control. Maybe I didn't want you to speak then.
Okay.
I wanted you to chill. So how are you guys doing today? How's your week been? And what's the plan for the weekend? I tell you, please, do not scream.
You want me to blow it? She said she doesn't want that. Yes, it's a new energy, it's a new vibe.
No, look, we don't have half a clock. Come on.
What a way to start our weekend.
Come on.
Yeah. Do you guys...
Let's just... Yeah. It's Friday also.
Do you guys see what I have to deal with? Like, I genuinely have to actually work with these people all the time.
Yeah, you have to. You really have to manage us, though.
Yeah.
I've been trying. And of course, I know you've been listening to my show.
Yeah.
Of course, you've been here. You've had to listen.
Yeah.
But there's this one particular question that I left out for the sake and purpose because I had a feeling you guys are going to come disturb me today.
We should.
Right?
Yeah.
So I got this question in my DM. From a man.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to say thank you for reaching out because I know sometimes men are not comfortable with sharing such things, right?
Sure.
And I have made it my mission to create a safe space for both men and women, to come and share if they're experiencing problems. And, this can be a space for us to share great advice. So the question is, for the past year and a half, I've been quick on the draw intimately with my wife, and I was wondering what I can do to change that. So it's nothing personal. Hi and I have gone through periods of separation, and when I was with other women, I did not have that issue at all. So the issue here is pre-ejaculation. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on or what the issue could be. So when he was seeing other ladies, this was not a problem. But when he's with his wife, this is an issue.
Wow.
What are your thoughts about pre-ejaculation? Because I know it's with statistics, it shows that 1 in every 3 men experiences pre-ejaculation.
That's true.
So
that's
it's
true.
quite common. It's not that it's something that's not.
It's common. It's not something new.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' thoughts on this? And do you maybe have some advice for him before I get into, what I have to say?
Okay, so first off, a big shout out to our listeners.
Yes, so
our viewers, everybody, our contributors, and everyone. So let me just put this straight. Back in the days, like we know, like in where we coming from.
Yeah.
Let me put this way.
Yeah.
Where we coming from as Africans, we know this quote in quote as a man. When you are on top of a woman, you need to last long. At least the weakest you have to be like 45 minutes. The longest you have to be like 2 hours, 1 hour.
So if someone lasts 45,
really,
Gary is
listen.
That corona position that Gary was always talking about. Charlie, it make him last 5 minutes.
Listen,
really, before you interject, just let me land. I'm still about.
He's
to
landing.
Yeah, but
I'll
wait for you to land. But I just want to set something
I just
straight.
started, bro.
I know,
So
but I just wanna before you land.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that when you say, in our in the African way, at least 45 minutes.
Yeah,
bro, come on, okay, 45 minutes. 45 minutes.
Is that long or is it short?
Yeah,
I don't.
That's why I'm confused right now.
No, because I'm trying to hear from his perspective.
But like the 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
What does that mean?
What is it?
What after all are you looking for?
What
too long.
So for Slim,
me,
according to Slim, a weak person, quote unquote, lasts 45 minutes.
It was the reason why I said I didn't want him to land, because I just want him to also know
to be realistic. Surely,
yeah, that 45 he's talking about, bro. I will let you land, but that 45, I'll still have my point. But keep on building your point. Yeah.
I'm just talking it in where we come from.
Okay, so there's this expectation that is there for you guys.
Do you know what I also don't understand about this whole 45-minute 1 hour thing?
Yeah.
You go more than even 30 minutes and then the women start to scream.
But you have to be specific.
You are hurting me.
Yeah.
Oh
you
my
really
God.
have to be.
Please,
It's the 45 minutes.
Gary is having problems here. But they're saying that because we do get dry.
Yeah.
If you get dry, sex is no longer
pleasurable. That was why I said I didn't want him to land. I just want him to know that the 45 minutes, you have to be specific.
Exactly. I'm building the point, bro.
Has it got to do with the foreplay, or you mean when your dick is really inside?
Everything.
Okay, everything is 45.
Everything is included.
Keep building your point.
With the bonus, everything is included.
Okay, keep building your
So
point.
I'm building my point, but you don't allow me to build my point, bro.
That was the reason why I didn't want you to land.
I'm telling you guys, these two have come to have an actual battle on my panel. But okay, Slim, finish what you were saying.
Yeah. So one of the things that I don't understand is the ladies, when you go like 30 minutes, where I come from, I'm saying it based on where I come from, my experience.
Which is where? Where do you come from?
Which is West Africa.
So Charlie, my West African brothers who are listening to this show, can you testify for me in the comments if what Slim is saying is the truth? Yeah, because I'm a natural Ghanaian, born and bred in Ghana. I've been in Togo. Oh, yes.
I've been in Liberia. I've been in Cameroon. I've been in Nigeria.
Slim is a well-traveled
I've had
man.
a lot of spices all these corners, and I know how everyone, the guys there, the complaints, everything. That is why I'm saying it.
Okay.
You remember what I always say? I don't want to use hearsay on this show.
This is your experience.
Anytime I'm here, listen, anytime you see me talking, I'm talking from my experience, not what I've heard or listened or heard
or seen. This is you.
I'm using myself. So you remember, anytime you're talking about something that I don't have experience on, I don't want to show up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true.
So because I always want to use myself
as an example,
to educate, to elevate other people.
So what you're trying to say is that this kind of sort of pressure that is put on you guys affects you.
It affected me. Affected a lot of people. Now let's get back to the topic. Now you meet a lady, and then the guy will sit down, we talk, and like, yeah, I was able to perform 30 minutes, and she's telling me I didn't do anything. 30 minutes, and he didn't do anything. You telling me? And that 30 minutes, you know what it contains? It doesn't include the foreplay. No, it doesn't. No.
Okay, so
it's the pump.
So
30 minutes.
If we're putting foreplay into the picture, that increases the time significantly.
That increases the time.
Okay.
Won't you let me jump in?
Yeah, of course. It's Slim.
He's really going to learn, and I don't want him to learn based on what he's saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Gary, I will give you a chance.
For real. In the beginning, he said, I mean, all his points is based on where he's coming from.
Yeah.
So that is why I said,
that is why, bro.
That was why I also said,
don't let me.
It's the same thing Donald Trump said. He said, Ghanaians, especially black men, are only good when it comes to sex. So there's nothing wrong with that. He's right for that.
Are you not
based on what he's saying, which I'm also part of it.
Okay.
But if you're saying 45 minutes doing sex, I mean, it's enough. 45 is enough. But then, has it got to do with the foreplay, everything including? Or he's only talking about when the dick is inside the pussy?
Slim is talking about pounding. Can you just see his
pounding
action?
for 45 minutes.
For 30 minutes, bro. For 30 minutes.
Pounding for 30 minutes. Then you sick. You are sick.
It be gym session now.
You are sick.
It's a gym session.
I mean, it's a waste of time. 30 minutes pounding.
No, but you take turns, no? The girl gets on top sometimes and you rest and then you go. It's like it's a process.
A lot of ladies don't want that.
Listen.
Hey,
he's talking about he's talking from experience, and I'm also talking from the side that women or ladies, the more you stay long,
the faster they get.
They get. Gradually they get off mood.
It's like he's talking from books. It's talking
not
from
a book thing.
What he
she can testify to it, Kenny. I mean, it's for real. Let's put it on the
and I'm talking from the normal grounds.
Listen,
I'm telling you,
the host even said it.
Yeah.
The longer you get,
no, sometimes we get dry, and it's
not fun anymore.
No, when you get dry, it becomes more painful than it is fun. So it's like it's like I'm there in pain, waiting for you to ejaculate.
Yeah, we shouldn't make it general.
Yeah,
it depends on
the person.
There are some ladies, they are really freak.
Yeah,
they are really freak. So for them, 45. Yeah, for them 45 is even not enough.
Dude, 2 hours.
Yeah, it depends.
2
hours. It depends on who you're pounding.
I always have this quote that let's not just talk about the problem, but let's talk about the solution as well.
Okay, let's talk about.
Why the problem and the solution comes from a lot of our guys watching porn. They see.
I get you.
Yes.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
That, they watch a porn. The guy been pounding, bam, 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 bam.
And they completely translate that to like reality.
Think it's just a pounding for like 1 hour straight, but they forget that there's been cut. Stop. No. Do this the way.
Yeah,
do that
and
way.
As I said before, speaking during sex is really important because especially if we don't know each other, I feel like it's not an offense. Would you take it? That's my next question. Would you take it offensively if a girl was like, okay, listen, Slim, this is how I like it, not the way you're doing it. Just try and do it like this. How would you take that? Because I think communicating during sex is very important.
I want to answer this.
Okay, so can you please I don't want before we get there, that's just I said two things. So first thing that I said was our guys like watching too much of porn. You're gay. And then the next part that we forget to understand is there's a different genes between the black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest.
Okay.
White people get wet so quick and easy.
They get what?
The white ladies get wet quick and easy, and their
okay,
wetness.
but we can't. Really
let me land,
like
please.
that.
They can get wet for so long, more than black ladies.
Okay, but where are you getting this fact?
So, but I also know a black.
I'm getting this fact.
We also
based
have
on my experience.
I mean,
okay, so you can say the ladies you've been with.
I've been with black ladies
and white ladies,
and I've been with white ladies.
Okay, so
and I felt that, and I've seen that there are things, there are amount of hours that you can go with the white lady, you can go down with the black lady.
So
honestly,
you understand this point now. It is a matter of knowing the kind of girl you're going to face.
Yeah.
The fact that I mean, the fact that maybe we are talking about pre-education.
Yeah.
Like, you coming, you busting out so quick. And we're talking about the problems and everything. It depends on the kind of woman you're going to meet. Maybe it'll be an unlucky day for you to meet someone that is so freak that wants 1 hour is not even enough. You can also meet someone that thinks, okay, at least 10, 5, 15 is okay.
15 minutes, I'm done. Done and dusted. Let's move on.
And don't forget, it depends where it's taking place.
He
sometimes
no, but you see, a quickie is something different from
sometimes the quickest one also makes it more spicy.
No, but that you see, but the quick ones are the ones you have in places that.
But that is also to spice it up.
Yes, I agree.
That is also part to. I mean, that is to also spice it up.
Slim is upset.
The fact
What's
that
up?
listen, let's say you're in the mood, you find yourself at the wrong place, a place where you think you can have that enough time to to free yourself. Let's say maybe at the toilet, the bathroom. Is that where you're gonna spend the 45 minutes?
No, that is a quickie.
That is different.
It's not only about busting quick.
No, we look.
It's not only about busting quick.
He's confusing himself.
Okay, but
no.
Okay, but wait.
If you really get
this is my show. Can you behave?
I know, but if you really get my point, I'm clear, right?
I know you're clear, but we have a comment that I want to throw to you. Then you can continue.
Okay,
all right.
You can continue.
I want to start first.
All right. So Mama Abena says that why white girls stay wet long, because they eat a lot of sweets. So I don't know if Slim can tell us, because I haven't been. So I don't know, Slim, can you testify or can you deny?
Okay, that is not true. That is absolutely not true.
Maybe it's
because for instance, I was once a vegan. I was once a vegetarian. From vegetarian, I went to vegan, which is extremely.
Why?
And I've met girls who are vegetarians. I met ladies who are vegan.
Okay.
It's not that in
but
my
what does
career.
Sweets have to do with veganism?
Okay, so that is what I'm talking about. So any person, any lady who's a vegan, don't do with sweets. They hate sweets.
Oh.
You get it?
I didn't know
and
that. Okay.
any lady who's more a vegan, oh my goodness, they don't eat chicken. They keep organic. So if a lady keep organic, they are always organic. When you get inside them, you feel the organic in them.
So are you trying to say that the Mama Abena, first of all, saying is a lie?
What she's saying is absolutely lie.
Listen,
it
has nothing to do with sweets. Listen,
it has nothing to do with sweets.
It has nothing to do with sweets.
That is it. It has nothing to do with sweets.
I think Slim is saying it based on when you see a white woman or a white lady, they have this soft skin, yeah. It has to do with the.
But what are you trying to say?
Also
Black people don't have, so I don't have.
Slim said, based on the point that he was saying.
And Mama Abena is also asking, "What's your point? Are black ladies not organic?"
But listen, you can meet.
There are a lot of black ladies who are not organic. No, you know what? There are black ladies that are.
Okay, but wait, let's give Gary a chance.
Let me just make my point. They buy a lot of sweets. Let's just make honest. A lot of sweets makes you not to be tight.
Look at Kendy, yeah.
A lot of sweets makes a lady not to be tight.
That is false.
For a man to enjoy hair.
This is why sometimes I don't have Slim on my show, because he has very weird ideas, and that is absolutely not true.
Look,
please do not.
Mabna is also saying that it's because they eat too much sweets, but I also don't agree with it. We have black women that have soft body.
Yeah.
that can also, you know,
That's
they
what
can
I'm
get wet
saying.
throughout the sex
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
everything.
saying,
That's
yeah.
true.
The same way applies to, you know, you meeting a white lady.
There are black
and,
women
and
who eat sweets.
So if you say
there are black women who eat sweets,
maybe
make that point
Hey,
clear.
can you let the man speak and you'll say your point as well? Hey,
No,
Gary.
my point is always based on it depends on who you meet.
Yeah, it depends on the
You
person.
can meet a woman that, I mean, it will even take a second and she gets dry. You can also meet a black woman that, you know, throughout the whole intercourse, she's even wet.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Passing on. And,
What are you?
know,
What are you? That's true. You cannot be on both sides of the spectrum. Charlie, pick a
It
struggle.
has nothing to do.
Pick
with
a
eating
struggle.
too
Are you
much
becoming
sweet.
educated now? Now you're seeing where Gary is coming from.
So it depends. You meet a woman. I mean, like Kendy said, what if she's honest enough to tell you, look, this is how I want it to go.
Exactly.
Then you know what you have to do. If she wants it like 15 minutes and everything included 15, it's fine. You satisfy yourself.
You
satisfy her.
yourself in
Then
15
you're done.
minutes.
If she wants it 1 hour, then
Maybe
you go
she
down
wants
1
it
hour.
in intervals. You know, there are some girls who like 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15
Yeah.
minutes. I give you a 5-minute break, you chill.
But for
then
me,
another
I
15
think
minutes.
most people like sometimes I also do listen to this kind of conversation. Like most ladies, most of them, the longer you take them, you know, they just get off mood.
Yeah. And,
They
it's,
get off
and then
mood.
it goes to a stage like we're just waiting for
Yeah.
you to ejaculate
Yeah.
and we're no longer
But-
enjoying.
Yeah, but we are talking about, you know, ejaculation. But listen, it is when you have not even entered the woman and you bust. That's what we call it
pre-ejaculation.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So far as even if you
bro,
stay
bro, let me
even
know-
if you
let
stay
me-
3 minutes, 4 minutes,
Let me not
it
catch
is-
you. No, I just want to say.
I want you to. Hey, I want you to.
Modern days, you can just go 1 minute and then they tell you are a pre.
Oh no, that's way wrong.
Kendy,
the pre
and they
one,
tell you are a pre.
The pre
Just-
one,
just
the pre
look at
one
me,
is
they tell you are pre.
You've not even
But
entered.
that is yeah.
You've
that
not
is-
even
that-
entered.
Absolutely, that is what the point I want to make.
Yeah,
That, bro.
Maybe I think the woman is or the lady is undressing. Soon as you see the pen, you bust. Yeah. That is what we call it, the pre.
Listen, I'm gonna read some comments that will fall in line with what we're talking about. So Mama Abana says black men don't do well with foreplay. So that's
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
Kwaku Nesta says, hey Gary, wet matters. I laugh, cry self. Mama Abana also says, and that's why black ladies don't stay wet for long, because you guys don't know how to do that shit. And Kwaku Nesta also says adult education tonight. I mean, yes, we are educating, but some of the things being said by Slim, don't follow. I advise you not to follow, personally.
So if you already lost the battle, so yeah, conceded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Redeem
So,
yourself, sir.
This is it. Let's get back to the topic.
Okay.
Pre-ejaculation.
Yeah, that's what
On
we're
a
talking
normal sense, is having a man having or ejaculating
Before
before
the
sex.
sex, yeah.
But I've met a lot of people or seen a lot of people that they even infuse it to a guy who can even last for 5 minutes.
But you know, it's also affected by like health.
Yes. How you eat, how you sleep,
exactly.
how you think,
How you
even
think. Yeah, of course.
affects.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole lot of things
Yeah.
that is in there. But like to get back to where there are so many things that draws amount to pre-ejaculation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have this friend that I have this friend, a good friend of mine.
A good friend of Slim.
That don't want to have ladies. He don't like ladies.
So he likes men?
He don't like men as well.
Oh, so he's just chilling.
But he love to masturbate.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so this day we went out. We went to the club.
Yeah.
And then he came in contact with this lady who is so much into him. And he was so much into this lady as well. So he took this lady home. And during the foreplay, they're doing everything, smooching, kissing, holding breasts and that thing. And then the game started. They start banging. And within 2 minutes, he came.
Within 2 minutes.
Within 2 minutes.
He came with a bus.
Man, like Gary.
Also with the train. Or with the flight.
Yeah. The mind was, like on it. So I think that's the major problem. It all starts with the mind. I mean, that's
your mindset is really quite an important thing.
Major.
Right? No, because also with girls, right? So it's all about, many girls I hear say that they're not able to ejaculate during sex. But it's all about the mindset.
They do.
It's all about the mindset as well, because it's like, you're so focused on pleasing this other person that you forget about enjoying the pleasure yourself.
And also the problem is, I think women doing sexual intercourse, they can come like
more than 10
times.
That's why we are
So for a man, it's just once is done,
or twice or
then you're okay. Even once. But for a woman, that's why it's so difficult to satisfy a woman. No matter how long,
but I don't think it's difficult. I just think that it needs understanding. It's not difficult per se, but it's just like, because women are very particular with what they like, because we are sensitive in very many areas.
Exactly.
So there are some that like other things more than others. But I always feel like people have this mindset that sex is sex. They do it one way, and that way everyone must enjoy.
My kind of understanding it is that we Africans, we understand that sex is a hardcore way. You need to pound her hard.
I don't know, where are you getting this information? Because it has passed me.
If I'm lying, let him say.
It depends on the kind of communication guys we have when we meet.
Okay.
Because to be frank, every man really wants to talk and be like, I can also do it. But trust me, if you take 10 men, only like, let's say 2-3 can last long. The rest are all, they have this problem.
You understand?
Or maybe 2.
You understand?
It's not that easy.
But what is lasting long? Because you and I just had the agreement that 5 minutes can be a long time for someone.
Yeah, the lasting long is when you really have your dick inside. That is what matters.
For 1 hour.
That is where you have to show.
For 1 hour.
That is where you really have to show.
Bro, be specific. Don't be scared.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. After all the foreplay, now let's put it inside. That is where, at that particular moment, you have to know that you really have to do it to the sense that we have a saying in our local language, also like you represent all men on earth. So that's where you have to show your power.
Okay, but then carrying such kind of a burden during sex, it's like what kind of a burden is that? You're representing all men.
For that one, you really have to ask your woman how long she wants it.
Kwaku Nesta is asking Slim, what is the name of your friend? And also he's saying for him, sex is not only about the penetration, but about the process. Romance, kissing, and all that matters. So the foreplay, we go back to the foreplay. It's very important.
I think even for some women, the foreplay even gets them,
certified,
ejaculate more quicker than
they're certified with the foreplay.
No, of course, but you see, we can ejaculate many times. So the foreplay is a nice introduction to the whole shebang.
And that is the most important thing. The first coming. The first
and second. They never play with the first and second.
The first coming is so important than the rest of them.
That is when they hold you. Oh my God!
For men, it's also the same.
Wait.
It's the first bust.
Yeah, it's like a flight landing.
Yeah,
the first what you hear is like, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelt.
You need to fasten it. And for every man, the first one, they can excuse you, but for the second one,
so
I don't even know what I can do with these 2 men here. Surely, guys, I need you to I need you to help me, because these guys are now they're having their own conversation. So okay, if you have to answer this question for this guy, right? So I'm going to repeat the question again so that I just refresh your memory, or you have to give him some advice. I would like to know what you'd say to him with regards to everything that you've talked about. We know that 1 in 3 men experience pre-ejaculation, so it's quite a common thing. So it's not something that, someone needs to be ashamed about, or someone needs to hide, or someone needs to, be afraid of sharing or seeking help, because 1 in 3, that's a statistic that is like, it's quite common for everyone. So once again, I will say the question, and also if you're listening to us and you want to drop a comment, give some advice, you can also drop a comment on our Facebook page. We're HiRadioNl across all social media platforms. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can also drop, into our bios or into our DMs, and also request for something or contribute to the conversation.
Yes, the solution to my brother.
Wait fast, I've not even
simple.
read the question. Relax.
The way I'm on hit,
Relax, I know, Gary, you're a host, but please.
I'm more than KLM.
Hey, you're on my turf now. So the question is, for the past year and a half, I've been quick on the draw intimately with my wife. And I was wondering what I can do to change that. Now being personal, Hi and I have gone through, periods of separation. And when I was with other women, I did not have this issue at all. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on or what the issue could be. Slim is insane. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But, what the issue could be. So there you go. You can now pitch in and give your advice. Of course, again, I said we're live on Facebook. You can also drop a comment.
Yeah. First of all, my advice to my brother is he has to picture it like this. I want to tell him he's not sick. That is something he has to know. He has to take it out.
Yeah, of course.
He's not sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is not sick.
Yeah.
He only has to have a good communication with a girlfriend.
Okay. With the wife.
Yeah, with the wife. Sorry, with the wife.
Yeah.
He really needs to, sit her down. Like, let's talk. What do you really want? First of all, he has to know all these things. What the woman really, really, really wants. And number 2, he shouldn't go for any medication. That is unnecessary.
No. Oh.
Only when that advice comes
given
from
by
the
a doctor.
From the wife.
Oh.
The wife can say, okay, it's becoming too much. So if you can seek any medication, medical attention or anything, she'll be fine with it. That is when he can also decide to go for any, medication but to me, that is not necessary. That is really not necessary.
Okay.
The only thing is all about communication. Okay, my dear, how do you want it?
But you see, the problem is not what she wants. It's the problem is that when they get into the bedroom, he comes before he services her.
Yeah, and if that comes, that's when I said, if the wife says, okay, it's about time you seek for medical attention, then he can do that. But he has to put it in mind that he's not sick.
Yeah. Absolutely, that I absolutely
maybe it
agree
all
with.
starts from the mind.
Yeah, mindset.
That's why when it comes in, like, every man goes in for the type of woman that he wants. Like, I don't want to say things, but I just leave it up to my guy.
Gary is finding this show a little bit risky.
I was trying to say certain things, but it has to be,
Slim.
I don't have to be too much open.
Slim comes on this show and then he forgets where he is sometimes, and then he's extremely open, and that causes him trouble outside. I love him for it. I absolutely love, making this space safe for us to speak, but it causes him wahala outside. So if tomorrow there's problems outside, you ask Slim for advice. Slimo, it is your turn. But okay, wait, before, I know you're going to drop some mad facts, so I want to read the comments before we get to you. Okay, let's see. So we have Kwaku Nesta says Gary dropped the point. Sorry, it's taking quite a bit of time to load. Okay. So we have Kwaku Nesta saying Princess Kendy de love self. Yes, I'm having such an interesting time with these two individuals. Kwaku Nesta also said first coming of the bus to Rotterdam. Ha ha ha. He also says nice show. John Royals is saying that haha, I laugh when I enter the lab where they have COVID vaccine. Okay. Just Royal is so random that I just can't. So Kwaku Nesta says just take the injection and release the boom boom. And then he's also asking where is the therapist Kwame Ananse, and then he says Kwaku also says Gary dropped the point. Boys make wild.
Yes, we're working with agenda, we're working with agenda.
Well, now Slim, it's Slim's turn.
Okay, before I go there, before Slim comes in, when you see guys like Royal, like Slim, when you see the type of, their structure, You might think, they really,
bro. Don't mess
You
up.
the one cause trouble now,
I'm just telling him, don't mess up.
Don't mix up.
But guys, tiny guys like us, like we are just like sleeping lions,
Like for real, me don't mess up with me. I love to chew bones.
Okay, can you give us the advice and then you chew your bones?
All right, so you see the reason why, like when I was growing up, in my neighborhood, in my community, people want to get married to ladies who are virgin. Ladies who have never seen a man before.
Yeah, but that's because of religion, eh?
Due to these things, you can last long. Oh, you can perform well. Oh, you can hit me well. You can back me well. Why? Because
I get what you mean.
In my circle, there are so many times that I see a lot of men who have never tasted a lady before, and then they just push them straight into marriage. And they meet a lady who have been going around enjoying herself with multiple of men. And this guy don't know what sex is all about. And instead of the lady who have been going around with other men to show him or tell him that, yo, come on, this is how we do it. This is how it goes. No. It'll be like, you are 1 minute guy. Oh, you are 2 minutes. Oh, you can perform well. Oh, you are not good in bed. It will lead to. So where I'm coming from, in every guy's or every man's mind, you need to stay more than 1 hour or at least 1 hour. And this is where all these problems starts from.
Okay.
You get him married, and you always have to make sure you certify your woman for 1 hour.
For 1 hour.
That is too much.
Gary, you're making
honestly, that is too much.
Slim is confused himself.
No.
Slim, who said 2 hours.
I'm talking and you don't
bro,
let me.
Let's face the fact.
I'm starting.
You guys
I'm
are
building
married.
my story. I'm building my story.
You're in the same house.
You know what?
And
you know what? So I'm so mad about Gary.
You have to
know what
go
I'm
sex.
saying?
It's for 1 hour.
Wait, Gary, wait. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? That is in our community. It exists.
I'm not saying that is wrong.
Pretending as if it doesn't. It's not there.
I'm not saying that is wrong. If it happens to be like one night stand, it's okay. That 1 hour is okay. But when you're married, are you going to
We're
sex
talking about
1 hour
girlfriend and boyfriend, right?
You have to
and married.
You have to perform 1 hour.
You know Gary is about to get married. Don't scare him.
Exactly.
No, don't scare him.
I'm not scared at all. I'm not. I'm only saying it based on what he's saying. Like, okay, if Slim is saying 1 hour,
allow me to end my point.
If it's 1 night stand, Joe, for that one there, I do
Okay. So this is where all these things start from. Okay. So be honest with you. Pre-ejaculation come with a lot of factors. There are some that are health issues. There are some that is mental. There's a whole lot that I cannot mention about.
Yeah.
So if your man is having a pre-ejaculation, you sit down with him. My husband, what is going on? You first need to check. When you first met, was it like that?
Or has something changed?
And when you got married, now you're getting where I'm saying that. Let me end with my point.
I'm giving you.
When you got married, is this still like that? Okay, there are some people like, oh, because you want to marry, so there's too much pressure on me. Oh, let's marry. Okay, you got married. It's still there. Oh, because you got babies from that, and it still happened. What is your problem? Then it's a problem. It's a mental health issue.
Yeah.
That one. But you met the guy in the beginning. You were boyfriend dating, and he can perform well. But also don't let that fool you. Because sometimes most of the guys, we can perform well when we're dating and be using chemicals. Just to last long. To show you that, yeah, I can perform well. But at the end of the day, when we get in the house,
things are different.
Things start to get different. I've done it. I've seen it. Yeah, what's up? What else?
Do you really know what some? I mean, do you know what men or what a man can do
to make a woman satisfy?
It's a whole lot. So for me, that's the reason I'm saying it's not necessary. That is true. That whole hours and everything, it's not. I mean, it's not necessary. It's all about you knowing your woman. You know what? And what she really wants.
You know what?
Because if you really want to satisfy a woman, then you have a long way to go.
Man like Gary, let's do a boys talk right now.
Let's
just be honest right now.
Yeah, for real. I'm being honest. I'm being honest for that one. For this one, I'm being honest.
It takes a lot.
Do you really know?
For the rest of the ones, you aren't being honest.
Oh no, I'm honest, but he's saying if we have to be honest.
Okay, just wait. Let me give you
everything aside.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I know that one for sure.
A lot to satisfy you, lady.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, now guys,
we kill ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm. When I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
I don't refuse. I absolutely understand what you're saying, right? Thank you first of all for the advice. Now let's hear your boys talk. So this is a little segment that maybe I will add on to the next show as well, if depending on how they speak today. So let me be educated. Now I'm taking a step back. And I'm also listening to them. Mind you, I have not heard anything that they're going to say. This show is absolutely not rehearsed.
It's random.
So you and I are listening for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay? There we go. The floor is open, my dear men.
It's
my
a
brothers.
talk.
I'm the younger one, so let me start there. You're the big man. So do you know what some other men to satisfy a woman cost? I mean, it comes with a whole lot of package. There are other things that men are doing or a man can do to satisfy a woman, but it comes with a price.
Yes.
You enjoy it now at your younger age.
Yeah.
Everything that we're doing right now, we're doing it because of the kind of age that we're in. But
Gary, don't say
the real
kind
result
of age that we are in.
Okay,
Gary is not in that age.
Because we think now we are.
I don't. No, just for you to understand it.
Just to understand.
It's like a banana.
We are still young and strong.
Exactly.
You.
When you get a banana fresh, you know how it looks like.
Yeah.
After 2-3 days, you know how it looks like also.
Yeah.
So I'm saying at a younger age, there's a lot you can do just to satisfy a woman. But doing it that way, you have to also think about
the consequences.
It comes with a price. That's what I said.
But everything comes with a price.
We even have men.
Not everything.
We have
usually,
even these days,
especially
there's
with
an
you
injection.
ladies.
There's also an injection.
Yeah.
It's like you take it and the whole of your system is shut down.
Yeah.
For that one, when you're inside the woman, nothing.
You
can go more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
That is also there. But mind you can't satisfy a woman.
You can't. Never. Ever.
Ever. She can tell you, oh, I'm satisfied.
Fake it till you make it, sister.
At the same time, she's rather thinking about something else.
Yeah, obviously.
So
it happens. Sorry.
You have to also put that in mind. And we also have some other men, that takes other medications like, the
Viagra,
those paracetamol and the coffee. The other
Mixing
stuff, the
coffee
hair
and
bars,
stuff,
the neem trees,
not
and
even-
the chew ones.
We're not
a
taking
lot.
Viagra anymore.
A lot. A
Oh.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
You done
So-
upgraded.
Upgraded.
I
Upgraded
see.
those.
So
That
that
other
one,
stuff.
I really know men really go through other things just to, satisfy. Some are also, they have it naturally. Some do have it. If you take like 10 men, I think only 2 out of 10 will be like
10.
1 of the 10 will be like
Slim
from
as
natural.
it
1 out of 10.
Like they can really
Yeah.
perform without anything. For that one
Anything.
is there. But
1
then
out
the
of
rest, trust me. Yeah.
Even that 1 out of 10,
Yeah.
you have to medicate and toxic your system.
Yeah. There are so many
You
ways.
have to take a lot, like giving yourself gingers, like utia or sa,
Taking
like
everything.
everything, putting a lot of things in your system, like herbs in your system, just
My
to
God.
toxic your
All because
system,
you don't
just
wanna
to
bust.
satisfy a lady. And the most amazing and the most sorrow path that a lady will tell you, oh, you can do anything. And then you go and toxic your system, perform well. And the same lady will start complaining, this time you are lasting too much and you are killing me. Oh,
And
I'm
it's-
feeling too much heat in my
And
under.
it's all because of one result. Just for the woman to tell you,
you've done well.
Done well.
Dude, you guys go through a lot.
No, I mean,
That's
I'm
so
not part.
difficult. No, I understand that, but then you.
But that is the results.
Then you think about the women who fake it. They have perfected the art of
but we know.
faking.
We know.
Yeah, please.
We know.
Please.
Morning is fake.
Please.
Yeah, morning is fake.
It doesn't necessarily have to be though.
It is. I mean, trust me. No matter what, I'm saying, women that mourn during sex, they are the fake ones. Though it makes it more enjoyable, but it's fake. Don't pay attention to it.
Can I say this?
Some of you go to the point of doing this.
Oh my god, you're killing me. Oh my god, my
you
heart
are not doing shit.
And
my heart is cutting.
Have you ever met
Oh.
the ones? Have you ever met the ones that
And the ones that say faster? What faster again?
And harder. Please, faster, harder.
A whole baby has been able to come out from you. How deep do you want me to go again?
Goodbye. I am absolutely done with this conversation.
Am I thinking for gold?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm not thinking for
diamond.
gold. Yeah. Diamond. Yeah. So I mean, it's all fake. I know it. We know it.
No, but to be fair, I know that the women who've really perfected the art of faking orgasms.
Yeah.
To the point that they can even like shake their legs and be like, "Oh my god!"
But that one, no. But for that one is not fake.
I'm telling you,
the ones that shake
on my bed,
that is not faking. No, for that one.
No, some
no.
can.
It is not.
Listen, no, some
It
can
is not.
fake. No, some can
The
fake.
shaking
Otherwise,
ones,
it's
they shake it and the pee.
Listen,
tell
you
it.
can
Educate here.
The P ones is not faking.
It's faking.
No.
Listen, there are ladies who have perfected the
Oh
art
my
of
god!
fake.
It has me that fearless is gone. She should have been
but
the one
listen,
answering this one.
Listen, I'm a
because
lady.
she's a woman.
I'm a lady.
Okay,
so
you
I'm
see as
not.
well.
Am I not a
Why
woman?
she can pee?
Oh no, not. I'm not saying that one.
Am I not a woman?
We can talk more. Like if she was here.
Yeah,
she's the host. She's the host.
Okay,
She's the host. Yeah.
Okay.
She's the host. The ones that shake, ones that pee, it's not faking.
No. But shaking,
it is not faking.
No, but shaking, I can tell you for a fact.
It is not.
This guy's not listening. I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling
the
you.
Second ones?
I'm telling you for a fact.
Oh my god.
That nowadays ladies have moved past just
oh
my god.
Two,
even their body movement becomes in line with what they're doing. And all of it, they're not satisfied, but for some reason they need to do it for your satisfaction. Because
exactly.
you know, I've also realized that guys get super excited
when those things come.
Yeah, exactly. And you see a lady shaking, you're like, boss, I done did this shit, so let's go.
Oh my god. Smack it.
Okay, so
smack lekker. Stop.
Wow. So one of the things that I was talking about that I wanted to say in addition to what you were saying is that coming to in conclusion.
Yeah, we need to wrap up.
Coming to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Look, honestly, ladies can fake a lot of things. So I was saying that me to a point when I saw that ladies can fake, when even a lady tells me I've come, I don't believe it.
So do you now agree with me that whole 1 hour is a waste of time?
It's a host.
Although you are
it's a waste of time.
But you have to know it's a waste of time.
But you know one stupid idea that I have in my head. I know that I'm killing myself.
Yeah.
But I'm like, then we're going to die together for
exactly. We don't die for this shit.
I just want to hear that. Yeah.
We don't die for it. We don't die.
You know what?
For it.
I know. Honestly, I'm killing myself. But I'll not kill myself alone in this boat.
Yeah.
I'll kill you with me in this boat.
Yeah, both die.
You could take me along
Jack
with
and
you.
Rose.
Jack and Rose. Jack and Jill. What the hell are you talking?
You are doing okay baby okay.
Hey, we go.
This, I know that is dry. I'll keep hammering you.
Goodbye, Slim. Thank you guys so much for coming to the show. I really appreciate your input. Of course, these are the controversial people in this place, so you can drop a comment. Let me know if you agree with them. Let me know if you also don't agree with them. That's also something good for us to talk about. Maybe you guys can give like a last minute thing as we check out.
Yeah, for me, I think This goes out to all my fellow guys, men outside there, married, not married. You know, you don't have to stress yourself too much when it comes to sex, because number one, we've said it right here. Like, you know, the faking is becoming too much.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend a whole hour satisfying something that is fake?
Yeah.
Or you spend less time to satisfy something that is fake? So you
remarkable.
decide. You decide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Straight up and down. You just said what I want to say.
It's a gang.
I know you have to say something else.
Okay, so stay safe. Protect yourself. Protect yourself from unwanted pregnancy.
But this day, do we even have unwanted pregnancy?
Yeah, some people are not.
It doesn't exist anymore.
It now.
How can a pregnancy be unwanted?
Okay, listen. Can you just check out because?
Oh. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're checking out. This is your boy DJ Slim Heavy.
Yeah.
All right. So, every Friday we're bringing you this show.
Maybe
on High Radio.
Maybe
every Friday.
Maybe
the late night show.
Maybe
right after Y Zone.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah, you know, the show will be on, but whether I will have them, that is something that, you know, depends on my mood.
Oh.
I'm kidding. No, but they're a great addition. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for your input. It has been great. Thank you so much for tuning into the show today. I really had a vibe with you. Everyone that I have interacted with in the comment section, of course, everyone that has been listening to me through the app, and on our YouTube page as well. I really appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to listen. And you know, we do this every Friday. It's a late night show. It's the vibes. It's Friday. It's the weekend. So we have to, you know, do something different. Tomorrow, I am here for the East African Spotlight show, and I'm going to be interviewing Boutros. Bro, if you don't know who Boutros is, he calls himself the Shrap God of Kenya. He does trap music. He's really good at it, and I really enjoy his music. So I'm really excited to speak to him tomorrow. Of course, I already played his song, but I will play it again so that you tune in tomorrow as well. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. My name is Sylvia Kendy. You can find me Sylvia Kendy across all social media platforms. You can also follow us as High Radio on all social media platforms. We are High Radio across all of them. So I'm talking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Follow, subscribe. We have great content coming your way. We are the voice of the next generation. I'm going to play for you Boutros' song so that you know what to expect from the East African Spotlight show tomorrow. Yani guys, I'm bringing all the vibes. I am mad excited for this interview, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Have a good night.
Let me say this one. Yeah, boutique fresh, walking in head, presidential, calculate, Biana ass, calling it freak say, Minico margin, calculate, ay, boutique fresh, yeah, walking head, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, calling it freak say, yeah, Minico margin, yeah, calculate, yeah, Minico green, yeah.